What's up? This is JuJuan Buford, founder or co-founder of Next Op Social, managing partner, JSB Business Solutions Group, and serial entrepreneur. What I want to talk about is a brief question was posed. What I'm going to talk about briefly is a question was posed to me yesterday while attending the Michigan, Detroit, or Metro Detroit Black Business Association meeting. This is going to be a quickie. I'll let you know that right now. So if you want something a little bit more comprehensive, check for me in my link that's attached to this message. But one of the questions that was posed to me was, what do I believe is the biggest impediment to business owners, and more specifically African American business owners, scaling here in Detroit metropolitan area, aside from access to capital, right? We know that's going to be number one. And my response was something that I don't think the business owner expected, but I know he appreciated after I was done kind of explaining it over the course of a couple moments. And so I have to give right now because I'm getting ready to jump on an appointment here in a minute. But this is what I basically responded with. And I said, here's the biggest issue that I've discovered when working with small business owners. The first being 9 times out of 10, when I talk to a business owner, they typically are not able to articulate their mission and their purpose beyond earning a profit. And that's huge, right? To be able to speak to who your target market is, to be able to speak to who you want to serve, to be able to speak to what motivated you and inspired you to start a business in the first place. Most people really can't articulate that in less than 2 minutes. And why is this important? Because if you want to attract the right talent, if you want to attract employees, if you want to attract individuals who will be inclined to support you, whether that is patronizing you or that's helping you build your business and offering resources to you, at the end of the day, there's a saying that's out there that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? And people ultimately do business with folks whom they like, know, and trust. And the way to garner and help someone to like, know, and trust you is to be able to speak to your mission, right? If you're onboarding employees, whether they be W-2s, 1099s, virtual assistants, contract workers, even the vendors and clients that you work with who could potentially become partners with you, people need to understand what your purpose and mission is. Because if they're there for something other than that, 9 times out of 10, they're mercenaries, right? They're there to do as little as possible to earn as much as possible. That's the game. And so if they're not attracted to your mission and purpose, they're not going to stay longer than necessary. They're not going to come earlier than necessary. They're not going to go the extra mile. And that's a huge challenge, right? Because at the end of the day, what you want are individuals who are invested in your mission, invested in the vision, right? They see the growth of your business or your organization as tantamount to their own success, right? And so part of being a CEO, part of being a business owner, and when I say CEO, I like to use the acronym CREATE Environments of Opportunity, is for you to literally do that. Create environments of opportunities for individuals to grow professionally, personally, and otherwise, right? Whatever the reasons are for partnering with you. And so that's huge. It's a big mistake that a lot of business owners overlook, and it's a primary reason why a lot of business owners fail to grow. Now, here's the second thing that's very important as well. When you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, and you're just starting out, and over the course of time, you're beta testing, you're leaning in, you're starting to move your services and product, people are starting to check for you, right? What ends up happening is this. You start developing processes, you start developing approaches that work for you. But here's the thing, you are trying to build a business. You're not trying, you're building a business, right? And everything that works doesn't duplicate. In other words, if you're listening to this, you probably have a way of approaching people. You probably have a way of onboarding clients. You have a process in terms of how you engage clients, communicate your value prop, how you take people on, how they pay you, what transpires after you deliver your product or service, and how you engage them. You have a process that 9 times out of 10 is very unique to you, because most of us start out as micro business owners, just a team of me, before you grow to a team of we. And the issue is, most business owners haven't taken the time to literally write down their processes. I mean, from the time someone makes eye contact with you to the time they take on their service and how you engage them afterwards, that process isn't written down. And if that process isn't written down, it's a false expectation that you're going to take on partners in whatever capacity, and they're going to perform to your expectations, but you haven't given them a track to run on. And that's usually the biggest challenge that small business owners have as well. You don't have a track for individuals to run on. So I hear individuals saying that it's very difficult to find good employees, or once they find them, it's very good to keep them. Well, part of the problem is what I'm speaking to right now. right? You have to give people, you can't even grade someone as to whether or not, whether they're effective or not in an objective manner if you don't have your process written down, if you don't have a criteria, right? Having this criteria also helps you gauge and understand what aspects of the business you need to stay 100% focused on versus what you can delegate to others, right? Because there's certain things that you're just going to be required to do, especially in the beginning, right? There's certain relationships that you probably have with people, and absent that relationship, the business, you wouldn't have, that person would be patronizing you and dealing with you. And you can't get around that. But there are also certain processes that you have to put in place that, once again, people can duplicate, that they're able to duplicate. Because how do you assess whether or not, because here's the thing, people will be excited about your business, they'll believe in your mission, they'll believe in your purpose, they'll believe in your vision, but that does not necessarily mean they want to be accountable to it. See, there's a difference, right? People can respect you, they can appreciate, they can love you, they can want to work with you and help you, but if they don't want to be accountable to your process, if they don't want to be accountable to your principles, they don't want to be accountable to your standard, once again, that's not going to make for a fruitful relationship long term because there's no accountability there, right? And so that's an important piece as well. You got to give people a track to run on. And then last but not least, how do you anticipate or how do you even discern whether or not a person has the skills to pay the bills? They have to have the skills. So often as entrepreneurs, we want to love on people. You know, we want to use our business, literally love on people, to help people who may not get a fair shake or have opportunities, or, you know, sometimes you just want to look for labor. It's inexpensive as you can get it, right? You want to acquire it for as low a price as you can acquire. But the bottom line is, once again, if you don't have clearly defined mission and vision, so people can get and understand what you're about, you don't have a track from the run on, you can't even ascertain whether or not they have the skills to effectively deliver, right? Whether they can give you deliverables that you're looking for so your business can function properly. And these things are so absolutely important. So, you know, in summary, as I said, this would be a quickie, right? A small plate. And once again, check for me if you want more information. Check my link tree, holler at me, set an appointment, whatever the case may be, visit my blog where there's more content there. But in summary, you have to, number one, be able to clearly articulate what you're about. Why does your business exist other than earning money? That way, individuals can make a decision as to whether or not they want to partner with you. That way, you attract people who are actually purpose-driven, who really celebrate and believe in what you're doing, as opposed to mercenaries who, quite frankly, they're just there to earn a buck. You can't expect much beyond them just doing as minimal work as possible to get what they want. Secondly, make sure you give people a track to run on, right? That way, they can determine whether or not they want to be accountable, and you can grade them based on the extent that they're being accountable, right? And decide whether or not they're going to be here 2, 3, 4 months, a couple of years from now. And then last but not least, they have to have the skills. And you have to have that process to assess whether or not they have the skills. Look, the best thing you can do as a business owner is be successful. The more you're able to scale and grow and be successful, the more you can offer opportunities, the more you can be altruistic with your time, resources, or whatever the case may be. But if you're sinking because you're trying to help everyone and these individuals don't have the capacity to deliver what you need in order to be successful, you're not helping anyone, right? It's actually kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of selfish, right? You're so caught up in your feelings, you've lost sight of the fact that your business is there to serve others, right? There's a reason why you started. You wanted to scale and have an impact and hopefully help others. Well, this is how you do it.